YouTube should be live. Hopefully. Let's get TikTok chat over here. Okay. Let's double check. Twitch is running as well. Twitch. Yep. Twitch is live. YouTube is live. And TikTok is live. We're good. I have a Rococo suit too. I want a VTuber setup like yours. That is awesome. Roam the life. Thanks for joining the stream, first off. You have a Rococo suit. What have you used it for so far? You want a VTuber setup like mine. How exactly like mine do you want your VTuber setup? Do you want to make your own custom and it just be similar to mine? Or are you saying you want like the same Lego setup and the same Minecraft setup? Like what exactly are you saying that you want, Roam the Life? Because I plan on soon, hopefully, once I get some time, starting to develop an app that lets people use my setup. That would be the Minecraft setup, the Lego setup, and importing your own custom characters and using all the tools that I've been developing over the years to make VTubing more, not accessible, because VTubing is very accessible. It wouldn't take long to set up your own setup in Unity or Unreal, but there's just so many extra things that I've developed over the years, like chat integration and all sorts of stuff that would just make it so much easier. I have multiple characters from CC3. What is CC3? I would love the app. Awesome. If you're interested in supporting the development of the app, you can check out my website, pixelfiregames.com, and you can find out more information there. Character Creator 3. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, let me know if music is working. Pretty sure it is. I hear it on my end. If I support, can I have early access? Yes. So that is the whole reason why I started pixelfiregames.com. So one of the perks, you get a bunch of perks for signing up and becoming a member, but one of the perks is early access. So from day one, as soon as I start developing the app, like you'll have early access. Now it might be janky at first, but you'll have access. You'll have early access from the get-go, which is, in my opinion, the coolest perk of becoming a Pixelfire Games member. So yeah, check that out. We have quite a few people already signed up to support and get other perks. Like we have a Minecraft server if you're interested in playing Minecraft. We have a Minecraft server, and one of the perks for, well, that's if you become a Pixelfire Games member from the website, or if you become a YouTube channel member or a Twitch sub, you also get these perks, but you get VIP perks on our Minecraft server. Oh, you're a Unity developer. Awesome. That's cool. Yes, early access. As well as to this. So if you become a Pixelfire Games member, you will also get early access to this Lego game that I'm developing, which it's honestly, it's close. Let me show you guys where I'm at so far. Hey Marco, what's up? Thanks for being here on Twitch. It means a lot. Let me show you guys where I'm at. So I did some more work on the game off stream. And so for those of you that have been watching this development take place, you know that we can select Lego blocks, move them around, snap them, use this fancy rotate button to rotate them, and we can attach them to each other and drag them around in groups. So that's pretty much it. So I reworked the movement of the Lego pieces, and it's a lot more fluid now, and I love it so much. Let me see what you guys think, okay? So before it was very rigid, but now check this out. So I'll drag this cylinder around. What do you guys think about that? And even when you snap it to like a sideways piece, like this one, it slowly rotates like fluidly from one position in rotation to the other. And I also made it so that as you're moving pieces around, it will move it to just a little bit above each stud piece. And then once you let go, it will, boom, click it down into place. Boom. What do you guys think about that? I love it so much, but please let me know your opinions. I just think it makes it so much more, not realistic. It makes it more fun. It makes it less boring. So look at that. That's so cool. And so like we'll drag this around as a group. Look at that. I just think that's so cool. It's so fun. And you drag it into place and oop. Snap. Oh, I love it so much. It's so fun. I haven't tried this yet on a mobile device, but I imagine it would be so fun. Bloop, click. Creating sound effects for this game is going to be so fun. I actually have a lot of leftover sound effects from the Lego Star Wars animation that I made. Draven says, I love it. Zach following says, how do I get this? Trev says, what kind of game style are you doing? Like a simulator or RPG? Ooh, that's nice. It has physics. Yes. Hey guys, thanks for being here. We've got 28 viewers on TikTok. This is awesome. Marco says that's actually so cool. Appreciate it, guys. If Hi, Cool Chill. What's up? Yeah, so for those that are just hopping on to this or seeing this game for the first time, so what I'm creating is a Lego multiplayer game. It's very simple. So it'll be on your mobile device. So I kind of have the screen ratio right here for like a mobile setting. So what happens is this game has a central hub, and that hub will run a new challenge for this game every 30 seconds or every minute throughout an entire day, throughout an entire 24-hour period. And so anyone who has the mobile game on their phone, so like let's say all of you guys have this game on your phone, you'll open up the app or the game, and you'll click join challenge. So you'll have to wait until it starts the next 30-second or next minute challenge. You join the challenge, and then everyone around the world who's playing the game at the same time will receive the same exact amount of Lego blocks. So the central hub will say, we'll choose like, okay, 18 random Lego pieces, and it'll choose a theme. So let's say monster. So then everyone around the world that's playing the challenge at the same time will all receive the same 18 Lego pieces and the same theme of monster. And then you have 30 seconds or a minute, whatever the time limit will be, to create a creation with those 18 Lego pieces within that theme. After you've created it, you press submit, and then it submits your creation to the hub, and then you receive 2 other creations that other people made around the world, and you vote on which creation you like better. You submit your vote, boom, and then the hub tallies up all the votes, and then it showcases the winner on everyone's screen at the same time for that challenge. So that's the game, and you could play it anytime throughout the day on your own. You could play it while watching a stream, because I'm sure once the game is done, I'll be kind of like hosting challenges for this game on my live streams and showcasing the winners live on stream. It's gonna be so fun. So this is actually an IRL game that me and my wife and my oldest son created, where we do this in real life. My son loves playing with Legos, and so and I do too, let's be honest. So one of us will pick a number of Legos. So like my son will say, I want 14 Legos. And so I'll pick 14 Legos out of the box, give them to him, and give him a theme. And then he has to build a Lego creation out of those 14 blocks. And then it's just really fun. So I was like, hey, I could make a mobile game out of this. And I think it'd be really fun. So I started creating this a few weeks ago, and this is where we're at. It's honestly not too far off from being done. We have the movement mechanic working. We have this many Legos created. We have basic rotation working. So what I wanted to work on today on stream was sorting out this rotation. So right now it's rotating in 90-degree increments, but if you click it super fast over and over and over again, then it gets kind of offset the 90-degree increments and it starts rotating in weird rotations. So I need to fix that. I also need to make a rotate right and a rotate left button instead of just one rotate, so you can rotate different directions. And I also need to make a fine-tuned rotation so that you can rotate in not just 90-degree increments. So let's say I wanted to rotate, so like namely 1 by 1 pieces, or let's say this piece right here. Let me move this here. Boom. So if a Lego piece like this is only connected on one stud, then you should also be able to rotate this until it hits the next stud. So let me show you guys an example right here. So if I connect this like this, not only can it do 90-degree increments, but it can also rotate to a certain extent until it hits a stud beside it. So I want to make it so that players can do that as well, so that they can rotate it as much as they want in a fine-tuned way up to that extent, because that helps you be a lot more creative in what you create, because you're limited to a very few number of Lego blocks, like 10, 15, 20, something like that. So if you got to build a monster with like 20 Lego pieces, then you've got to get creative and be able to rotate in ways like that. So I want to be able to fine-tune rotation like that. That's what we're working on today, is all the rotation. And thanks for joining me, guys. I got my coffee, got you guys, and this is gonna be fun. Hey there, stranger, you got a name, or can I just call you mine? It's not Valentine's Day, is it? Definitely can use a coroutine for that rotation issue. Yes, that was what I was thinking. Possibly even a queue of some sort. I like a queue because it's very sure and certain. So like if you hit rotate twice really fast, it makes a queue of rotations, and then once it finishes the first part of the queue, first rotation, then it will perform the second rotation. So that works. The problem with that is that you have to wait for the first rotation to complete before the second one starts. And if, let's say you click a rotation 10 times really fast, then you're waiting for 10 rotations to happen before you can do something else. So it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What I'd like to do is, if you press rotate 3 times really fast, then it should know the final destination of 3 rotations would be 1, 2, 3. So if it's in the middle of rotating and you've already hit 3 rotations, it should already start rotating from wherever it's at to its final rotation, so that it can finish it quickly. Because this is a timed challenge game, so when you're building, you're gonna want the game to build as fast as you're building. Yeah, coroutine is a possibility for sure. We could like start a rotation coroutine, and then if you press rotate again, it cancels that coroutine and then snags the rotation of where it's at, and then starts a new coroutine going from that rotation to the updated rotation. I think that's the way to do it. There are some bugs still with what I do have so far. So like an example would be if where's the rotation? If I move this from here up to here, it's in the middle of rotating. And if I let go of my mouse before it gets to that point, it will stop mid-rotation. That's a bad example. Here we go. See, it didn't rotate all the way. It's still stuck in that block. So that's another thing I need to work on. I'm not going to do that on stream today. That'll be off stream, because that's a very boring thing to fix. But yeah. But I'm glad you guys like the new movement. That makes me happy. But it is coming along. It is coming along. I also have a basic implementation of if you place a Lego block where it wouldn't be able to actually be, the outline turns red. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So like right there. And then if you let go, it will go back to its original location. So the basic implementation is there, but it still has some bugs. So like right there, it should not be able to work, but it does. A glitch or a bug? Or no, wait, what is it? A glitch or a feature? Glitch or a feature? What software are you using to make it? I'm using Unity. I am using Blender. So I'm using Blender to, let's see. Lego pieces. Let's see. Lego. Here we go, Lego mockups. So I'm using Blender to create the Lego pieces. I've reached out to Mecha Bricks to ask if I can use their Lego pieces, but they have not responded yet, so here we are, making our own Lego pieces so far. So that's in Blender, and then Unity is the game engine, and that is where all the fun happens. I also really need to make a a zoom and a pan, because right now this is not enough. I need to be able to zoom out and zoom in. I'm modeling the what myself? The Puades? Yes, so far I've modeled everything myself. Bro, you're epic. Thank you so much. Crixno, appreciate it. Sounds like a good plan for it, and remember to use lerp to make it smooth. Yes, I do have a lot of lerp going on so far. But it sounds like there's a few Unity developers in the chat, and I am very glad for that. Spider Ninja, what's up? Because I might could use your help on the stream. Please, 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 please shoot your suggestions towards me, because I'm all ears. Tiny Balloons, what's up? You're a Godot user, okay. Hey, Rexmon, how do you pronounce that software? You say Godot or Godot. When I first saw it a year or two ago, maybe I thought it was Godot. I've heard a lot of people saying Godot. What do you think it is? But let's get this rotation going. Let's think about this. Let's solve the rotate 90-degree issue. So if we select this, select it, we click it once, it rotates. Slice, what's up? Cheap viewers on asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Marco, that is likely a spam viewer. Would you mind keeping an eye on that? Nope, not today. I am working on a Lego multiplayer game. We are fixing the rotate button. So this works as long as you wait for it to finish rotating before you click it again. But if you click it too fast, it gets off. And the reason is, let's take a look at its code. Block, start on the way down, update, rotation. So we're already in a coroutine. Okay. So we're setting the origin point of the rotation. Yep. Here, block to origin, rotate the origin in 90-degree increments. That's up axis. Wait, is that the right rotation? Yes. Okay. So we are setting rotation, angle axis, 90 degrees, transform up. We're doing a tween with do tween. Okay. You double check that this is the rotation. Pretty sure it is. Well, I can just do this. I can look at what the button is doing. Button. Mouse controller, rotate selected object. Mouse controller, rotate selected object. Boom. Block rotation. Yep. Okay. So we're running this coroutine. Now, I kind of want to just try to stop this coroutine. Let's do that. Let's see. I also need to detect if a coroutine is running. How do you do that? could trigger a boolean to say started rotation, stopped rotation. Yes, let's do that. Let's put it with the rotation stuff. Public bool is rotating. Okay. Actually, let's not do that there. Let's do it here. The very first thing we do, we set is rotating to true. And then at the end of it, we set is rotating to false. Set it to the nearest 8 direction? What do you mean by that? How did you learn to code? Self-taught. YouTube, Google. Trying stuff out. Trial and error. I coded in Roblox Studio and I just kept watching tutorials until it clicked for me. That's the way to do it. Coding looks so hard. It is overwhelming, but it's just something that you get used to. And I am not by any means an expert at coding. I look up stuff all the time. I use ChatGPT with a grain of salt. I look up solutions all the time. I struggle with code a lot. I'm by no means a pro or anything. Hello came from TikTok and YouTube. Awesome. Sheldon, what's up? Thanks for being here. Thanks, Marco, for taking care of that. Tiny, what's up? Abraham, hello. Sheldon, what's up? Springs Animations, what's up? Wow, we got a lot of YouTube viewers. That's awesome. So remember the day it just clicked and it all made sense. A lot of self-taught people in the chat. I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure that this is working. Let's select a 2x4. Look at the block. So we have our is rotating right here. So can you all see that? Looks like TikTok can't see it. Dang. So I'm trying to make it so that TikTok can see it really well, but it might not happen. What I need to do, let me drag this over for TikTok real quick. There we go. There. That's better. Okay. Almost at 11K. Oh, 11,000 subs on YouTube. Yeah, we are almost there. Use Lego Studio software to get the models off the pieces. Yes, I would love to do that, Eldani. I have reached out to Mechabricks. They are my favorite online like Lego Studio builder thing. And I've reached out to them to see if we can get commercial usage for the Lego blocks, but they have not written back yet, so we're still waiting. Make a jelly brick and add something on it. I'm pretty sure you can have that run the life. Okay, so let's make sure that is working. So is rotating right here. Let's see if that checks and unchecks. Yep. It says is rotating to true and then false when it ends. Okay. So now, very basic fix. Let's just do this. When we hit that rotation button, only start a rotation if we're not already rotating. This isn't going to be final, but I just want to make sure this works. This will at least clean things up a bit. So if is rotating is false, boop, then you can only start that rotation coroutine if we are not already rotating. Currently working on a survival game, but I'm a beginner, so it's all very difficult. That's really cool. I mean, that's the way you do it. If you're a beginner and you are wanting to learn game design, then 100% what you got to do is just start making games, but do not, I repeat, do not have a huge grand ambition for a game to start on. Do something very, very simple. Like, you want to get started in game design, come up with an idea, something as simple as rolling a ball around on the ground, collecting 10 coins, and then you win. Like, super simple like that. And then make the game, complete it, and be done. Because then you can have that first game under your belt. You'll get a lot of confidence from that, and that'll help. And then just come up with another idea that's slightly bigger, or slightly bigger of an ambition than that. And that's just how you'll learn game design. It's the best way to do it. Learning by doing is the best method for learning something new. If rotating, then return end. Let me check this out real quick. So let's see if it works. Yeah, so now it is not. It's working, as in it will not let you rotate again unless it has stopped rotating. So that's cleaned everything up a bit. The problem with that, so I'm gonna press it 3 times really fast. It only rotated twice, which makes sense. Problem with this is it only lets you rotate once it's done rotating. But we want it to be faster. We want it to continue rotating the amount of times that you've clicked it, even after you've stopped clicking. So we got to figure out how to do that. So what we want to do is, I believe, if there's any Unity devs in the chat, let me run this by you. If a rotation coroutine is running, and we click and we select a new rotation, what we want to do is stop that coroutine, grab the current rotation, and then rotate from there to the next point. Let me actually see if this rotation code already does that. Rotation. This is just rotating. Tweens and transforms rotation to the given value using pure quaternion values. What I need to do is store this rotation so that we know what the final rotation is for each click, even before the block has gotten there. So try to do something more and more complicated so I keep learning how to fix new issues. Awesome, that's the way to do it. Variable for the clicks and keep rotating how many are in the variable. Yes, that could work. That's one way to do it. Let's see. The thing with stuff like this is there's hundreds of ways you could do it. And there's honestly no right answer. There are some right answers and there are some wrong answers, but there's no one right answer. That's something I have to keep telling myself often when I'm working, when I'm coding, building stuff. I'm a perfectionist, and a lot of times that hinders me from starting working on something, because I think I want to build this or make this in the most perfect way possible, and I'm afraid of failure. And so I'm afraid if I don't make it perfect, I'm afraid of not making something perfect, and that keeps me from starting, because if I don't start it, then it's not possible for me to fail. So that's something that I have to work on a lot. I have to tell myself that no matter how much I try or how much work I put into something, it's not going to be perfect, because there is no perfect solution for anything. And I just have to tell myself that. For real, just choose the simplest. Hey guys, if you have not already done so, if you are just watching on either YouTube, TikTok, or Twitch, would you mind liking the stream? Okay, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Turn on notifications. If you're on Twitch, drop a follow. If you're on TikTok, drop a follow, share, leave some likes. It means a lot, guys. I know how to do it in Scratch when sprite click turn 15. What is Scratch? I've never heard of that. Okay. Problem is, if I stop the coroutine mid-rotation and then I get the current rotation, it's then going to rotate 90 degrees from that point. So I just need to store the rotation. let's see this. If we are rotating, stop coroutine. Now this is not going to work because I actually have to set this as a reference and then stop that reference. So I know this is not going to work, but let's try it. So if we're not rotating, if we are rotating, then stop the rotation coroutine. Let's just see if that stops. I'm pretty sure it will not. Yeah, it's not, because it doesn't have a reference to the coroutine that is running. And I forget what is the word? Context? No, not the context. What is it called, guys? What is it called when the syntax? The syntax. I don't remember the syntax for this. No, hold on. Coroutine reference equals. No. I'm gonna ChatGPT this. Unity C# start and stop a coroutine. What's the problem again? I am trying to stop a coroutine. Come on, ChatGPT, what you doing? I want to play this game if it's released. Oh, I do too. It will be released on both iOS and Android. Oh, speaking of iOS, I just got this. This is a Mac Mini, and I got this against my will, by the way. I haven't talked much about Apple across the Pixelfire brand, but I am not a fan of Apple. I am very much a Windows guy, and I am an Android guy. I am 100% not a Mac guy, an Apple guy. I don't want to say hate because that's a strong word, but I am very anti-Apple. I've been that way for years. And this right here is the reason why. Because, let me tell you guys why. So, I'm developing for both Android and iPhone. Boop. Android device, iPhone device. Boop. And to develop on Android, so for both games to develop, you just make your game in Unity the same way for both, which is great. But then when you build your game and submit it to the Google Play Store or to the Apple's App Store, this is what you have to do. So for Google Play Store, you have to, hold on, TikTok issue. So to build Android games, all you have to do is go File, Build Settings, boop, and then we have Android selected here, and so then oh, TikTok can't see this. Here. Go to File, Build Settings, Android platform is already selected, so then I press Build. It makes an APK file, which is for Android, and then you can upload that to the Google Play Store or just send it to your Android phone. Boom, done, over. To build for iOS, you have to select iOS, switch to that platform, all fine. But then you build it and it develops in Xcode project, I believe. And then instead of just being able to simply send that app to the Apple App Store or send it to your iPhone device to play on or to test, you cannot do that from a Windows machine. Apple forces you to do it from a Mac device. So that can be a Mac. I don't even know the names of all this stuff. An iMac, that's like the big Mac screen, right? Mac computer screen. There's the iMac, there's the Mac laptops, and the cheapest of all these Mac computer options is the Mac Mini. So I went the cheapest route. So you have to build iOS games and push them to the Apple App Store with a Mac device because Apple requires that you generate the signing certificates for these Apple games on an Apple device. And that is one of the many reasons why I despise Apple, because they make it so difficult and so hard and so complicated and so ridiculous to be able to put a game on the App Store or even put a game to your own phone for testing. It's so annoying. So I was able to get this for the cheapest Mac computer you can get is a Mac Mini, and it's $600 if you'd buy it directly on the Apple Store, but Apple is selling them on Amazon for whatever reason for $100 cheaper. Still brand new, so I got this for $500, and it's a good investment because it's something I'm going to need to develop this Lego game for iOS and to also develop the superhero game that I'm working on for a client of mine, because that's also going to be on Android and iPhone. So it was a necessary investment, but an unwanted investment. And yeah, so that is one of the many reasons why I despise Apple. Another reason related to the Apple or to the stores is to publish games on the Android Play Store. You have to pay a one-time publisher fee of $25. That's it. Guess what you have to pay Apple to be a publisher for Apple games? You have to pay $100 every single year. That is reason number 2 why I do not like Apple. So yeah, okay. End rant. Let's get back to this game. Okay. Goodness gracious. You do Apple, please? Yes, we are doing Apple. Remember the Apple developer fee too. Yep. Thought you were gonna pull out a Vision Pro? No. That's that. Okay. Okay, stop rotate. I gotta, what's the syntax that ChatGPT was giving me? ChatGPT is dead. It is not working at all. That's just fantastic. Guys, if the music ever stops working, please let me know, because I would hate for it to be a very silent stream. ChatGPT just is not loading. Like, it's a completely blank screen. What in the world? C# start and stop a. Yep, ChatGPT is dead. Absolutely dead. It's weird. It's not because I'm streaming, is it? Well, we'll have to do this old-fashioned way. Google search. Which I still do a lot of, by the way. A lot of times ChatGPT does not give me the results that I need, and they're just blatantly wrong. So, show you the window? Okay. This is what I get. This is ChatGPT. Refresh. Nothing. You can't see it on TikTok. Let me move it over so you can see it on TikTok. Boop. This is what's coming up with chatgpt.com !OAI DM equals 1. Not sure what that means. Maybe that's like an authorization thing, but it's just not working. Okay, old-fashioned way. Unity, C#, stop a coroutine. I've done this plenty of times before, but I just forget the syntax. How to quit from nested coroutines in Unity. Oh, I did it right. I did it right. But you just can't set this here. You have to set it up here. So public coroutine, I could probably just do private. Block rotating. No, wait. can be whatever. Block rotating. And then down here, we call it block rotating equals start coroutine this. And then here I can do stop coroutine block rotating. That will... Got it. That should work. Oh, TikTok can't see. I'm sorry again. Here we go. That should work. So all we had to do was set the coroutine up here. Boop. And then down here we can start that reference. Go start coroutine, boop. And then we stop the coroutine if we click it again. So let's see if that works. Should work. This is gonna be a Lego building game. Yes, but it is a multiplayer challenge game. So I'll explain it in 1 second. Rotate, rotate. Okay, it stopped it. It stopped it, but still thinks it's rotating. Okay, so what we have to do is first we have to stop the coroutine, and then, because if we stop at mid coroutine, like somewhere in here, it's not getting to the point where it can call that. So I need to call this manually right there. Boop. Okay. That should work. How do I make a stream on TikTok? You have to have 1,000 followers on TikTok, I think, to stream. Okay. Okay, so it's not, yeah, okay, so it's doing exactly what I thought it would do. Okay, it's offset. So what it's doing is, because I'm calling a new rotation with a button, it is stopping the current rotation, boop, and then it's starting the next one, boop, but it's rotating 90 degrees from that stopped rotation point. So what I need to do is save the current rotation and then start from that point. So then down here it would be rotation would equal this times the current, okay, times the current rotation. Wait. It needs to times, it needs to multiply not by this, but by the rotation that we're saving. Maybe. You have ideas if I could make games. No worries. None fancy rotate where instead of smooth, it snaps. I mean, that would be the easiest way to do this, but I like the smooth rotate. I think it looks really cool. Game gonna be free. Yes, 100%. 100%. If you want to spend money for whatever reason, just check out my website, pixelfiregames.com. You get a membership there, and that will give you a ton of awesome perks. One of which is early access to all my games and my VTuber app. Yes, it's gonna be free for sure. Okay, so let's try this. For some reason I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Public Turnian. Let's just call it upcoming rotation. Boop. And then right here, let's say upcoming rotation equals, ooh, this might not work. I don't think it's gonna work. Equals this times upcoming rotation. That's not gonna work, because especially at first, because it'll be blank. What I need to do is upcoming rotation equals rotation. Okay, so set that. So figure out the rotation. Store it. And then rotate towards it. Any ideas? Did you make a Lego VTuber app? No, not yet. Soon. With the lightsaber? Yes, it'll include lightsaber. PvP game? Yes. This Lego game will be PvP. You're a genius? Why am I a genius? I've got cold coffee, that's what I got. I'm gonna go warm up my coffee, but I'm likely gonna lose viewers because I'm gone. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna count. So we've got a few on YouTube and YouTube and Twitch. We've got 12 viewers on TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna go warm up my coffee. We're gonna see how many of you are still here by the time I come back. I'll be back in like 20 seconds. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I'll be back, guys. Stay put. Hey, we didn't lose viewers. 12 viewers on TikTok. That's awesome. Or we might have lost some, but then gained some. Time to leave the live as he heats up his coffee. No! You add character that you can choose. Yes, the VTuber app will let you import your own custom characters. 100%. Okay, let's figure this out. So, we're storing the rotation, which is good. Then we start the next coroutine. We need the rotation to be based on the stored rotation. Wouldn't upcoming rotation just equal upcoming rotation plus rotation? Or times rotation? That might do it. We're figuring out what we need to rotate to. Then we store no. Upcoming rotation needs to equal whatever the rotation is. And then we rotate towards the rotation. rotate. Click rotate. We figure out the rotation, which is going to be right here. And we store that rotation. And then we rotate from here. We rotate towards that point. Okay. So if we rotate, boom, and then we're in the middle of rotating and we're like right here at 45 degrees, and you click rotation again, it should rotate from this point to that point. So what we need to do is it needs to rotate towards the stored rotation plus the 90. So rotation needs to be times temp origin point transform rotation. Man, I hate rotations. Rotations are so complicated. Doing Eulers and quaternions. Quaternions are the worst. We need to rotate by 90 degrees, which we're already doing there. Times temp origin point transform rotation. The new rotation needs to be that, but plus the remainder of that. Let me try this. This should not work, but I'm just gonna see what happens. Hope for the best. You sent me the link to VTuber. What do you mean by that? You can check out how to get involved by going to pixelfiregames.com. But I've not started on the VTuber app yet. Okay, yeah, not working. 1, 2. Upcoming rotation equals that. What if I do temp origin point? I don't know if it'll be times or I don't think you can add quaternions plus upcoming rotation. Yeah, you can't add. So let's multiply it. Might work. ChatGPT is experiencing high demand. Oh, is it really? Made a custom Lego Omni-Man, except it looks like a lawyer with a cape. Just got back. Cool, Roam the Life. Roam the Life, thanks for being here. Okay. It's not rotating at all. Because upcoming rotation is 0, 0, 0. So... we need to tween towards the upcoming rotation. So far, this is just doing nothing. This temp origin point, does it have the new rotation set? Block is connected to a snap point. Then the rotation. No, it does not. What's the bug? I am trying to rotate based on a stored rotation. So whoa, don't want to do that much. So each time I click the rotate button, it's rotating the block by 90 degrees, which is great. Here's the code. But if you click, I want it so that when you click the rotate button again, if the block is already in the middle of one of those 90-degree rotations, it's rotating from here to here. If it's in the middle of that rotation and you click rotate again, then it should know that it needs to finish the current rotation and then rotate another 90 degrees, another 90-degree increment. So I've already made it so that when you start the rotation, it stops if you click again. It needs to call rotation again, which it's doing. It needs to rotate 90 degrees from here, not from here. So I got to figure out a way to tell it to rotate 90 degrees from here, not from here. Because what's happening is it's rotating 90 degrees from this point, which would then be like right there, and it wouldn't be boom. Right there. So I need to like find the difference and then add the difference of the quaternion somehow, but you can't add quaternions together. You have to multiply them. But I tried multiplying it and it just equaled 0. Stuff. CH Pookie, hello there. What's the issue? What's up? How's it going? That's the issue. Why not store just the final rotation? Clicking the button adds that value by 90-degree increments. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. The animation tweens to that stored value from its current rotation. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need to do. We just gotta figure out how to do it. Clicking the button adds the value by 90-degree increments. So do we store that as a quaternion or as a float? Upcoming rotation. So here we are figuring out the rotation of what we need to rotate towards. And then we can store that rotation. Upcoming rotation equals rotation. Because what's happening is each time, see what you're saying, I just don't know, like, do I start over? Do I make that work in the current coroutine? Adil, what's up? You have to store vector 3. I believe it would be a quaternion. I believe this is VS, but what other applications do you use for game creation? This is Unity. I mean, yeah, Visual Studio. The word I'm doing the code in is Visual Studio, but the game engine is Unity. Making a game? Yes, making a game. Making a Lego PvP game. Store the final rotation. Click the button adds that value by 90-degree increments. Yeah, so you click it. It's the rotation. Upcoming rotation equals rotation plus, you can't add and subtract quaternions, but this is basically what I need it to do. It needs to be the upcoming rotation equals the rotation plus the current rotation minus the stored upcoming rotation. Ugh. Rotation plus needs to equal rotation plus current plus upcoming rotation minus the current rotation, which is transform rotation. That's what I need, but I can't add and subtract quaternions is the problem. Cannot be applied to operating type quaternion. Okay, let's multiply it just for kicks and giggles, see what happens. Nope, can't do that either. You can multiply all this, and this is not going to work. This is gonna show some janky stuff happening. Another function instead of do quaternion. Likely, yes, there is. If you don't need to add or subtract a thing, you just tween to the stored value, no math needed. Bookmark that. Let me see what happens here. Yeah, nothing happening. It's not even storing the upcoming rotation. When you add or subtract, you just tween to the stored value, no math needed. Yes. Oh my gosh, you're a genius. So we just swap out this value right here. 90 for whatever float we're at. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the problem. This is gonna be the fix. Dude, CH Pookie, you're amazing. This is gonna work. Okay. Guys, this is gonna work. Okay. This is going to work. This is gonna work. Okay. Up here, forget the upcoming rotation. We're just gonna make a public float. Rotate amount. Boom. Okay? A rotate amount. Each time we click, rotate amount should start off as a 90 degrees, okay? Every time we click the rotate button, it does rotate amount plus 90 plus equals 90. Every time we rotate it, no wait, needs to start at 0. Rotate amount starts at 0. You click the rotate button, rotate amount adds to what it is by 90 degrees. So let me just check that out real quick, see if that works. Okay, so block 2x4 selected. Where is it? Rotate amount is 0. So each time I click rotate, it should increase by 90. Boop, yep. It's rotating by 90 each time. Perfect, you see that number, guys, right there? Boom. And then I have to I think I can forget this for now. I have to subtract 90 degrees once it reaches its rotation. But essentially this right here, this 90 should be the rotate amount. It's rotating on the axis by that increment, which is our rotate amount. And then I need to subtract 90 each time we reach the rotation. Because if I don't subtract, it's just gonna keep rotating that many extra times. So this is, it's gonna rotate once, but then the next time I click it, it's gonna rotate it twice. Let's try it. Wait. It's not rotating at all? Oh, so I gotta call the coroutine, duh. There we go. Whoa. That should work. This is gonna work, guys. This is gonna work. Well, sort of. We're halfway there. What? Routine out plus that. Oh, stop coroutine. I'm such a dummy. Start coroutine. That's gracious. Goes from value A, the current rotation, to value B, the stored rotation button clicks. Yes, CH Pookie, that is exactly what we're going to do. There we go. Yep. So now yeah. Yep. So each time it finishes rotation, I need to subtract 90. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So at the end, rotate amount minus 90. Yep, 90 then 0, 90 then 0, 90 then 0. Yeah, so that's not working. Problem is, it's still rotating. Multiple coroutines are happening at the same time. They're going to interfere with each other. So I think I still need to do the start and stop. If we're not rotating, then start a coroutine. If we are rotating, then stop the current one. Let's do this. If block rotating, oops. Not equal null? No. If block rotating, how do you check if a coroutine is running or not? Oh, I have is rotating true and false at the end. Okay. So if we're not already running, then start a coroutine. If we are running a coroutine, then stop the current one, set it to false, and then start a new one. Start coroutine. Boop. Okay, so that makes only one coroutine run at a time. If we're not doing a rotation, then start one. If we are doing a rotation, then stop the current one, set is rotating to false, and then start the next one. And each time you start the next one, it should still rotate to the correct one. Let's see if that works. Routine is null. Why is it doing that? This is C sharp. So Close is really cool to see. I just completed my first website in C sharp VS for the final. Oh, awesome. Is that for high school, college? Don't do these codes in a command server. What do you mean by that? My YouTube is Pixelfire. Everywhere, just search Pixelfire, and that's what it'll come up with for my accounts. But yes, creating game from scratch. A deal. This should be working, but I don't know why it's not. Every time we click rotation, click rotate, takes the current rotate amount plus equal. The rotation needs to be what if we did this? This stays 90. This is rotation times rotation amount. Oh. Well, I'm stuck. At the point in my game where I have no idea what to start working on next. Where the music go, thank you for letting me know. There is a song in this playlist that stops. Oh, I didn't do. Sorry, guys. Nope, back. I didn't turn on shuffle and loop. Thank you so much for calling that out. See if ChatGPT is working now. Nope. Is chat. Yes, it is down right now. Okay. Left the live for a minute and came back, and I thought the music was in my head. C sharp. Caracals, what's up? Are you streaming on another site too? Yes. Hey, Marco just answered you. Yeah, so I am streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. All at the same time. King logic is fine going from the current rotation to the stored goal rotation. Maybe the bug is coming from where you stop the coroutine. Likely, yes. This is the current code. Each time we call rotation, you need to set the rotate amount to plus 90 F. That's working. And then once we complete a rotation, plus 90. And this down here should rotate. Problem is it's still just going to rotate plus 90 from its current rotation because of the way I have this code set up. What I need to do is do this rotation. I don't understand why this doesn't work. Replacing it here doesn't work. To rotate by that amount. It does rotate by that amount, but it's rotating from its start point, so it's still getting offset. So before it starts a new one, we need to wait for the rotation to complete. Or just store the current rotation. And then from here, creates a rotation which rotates around angle degrees around axis. So this works, but it still doesn't work fast. Routine is null. If how do you check if a coroutine is running? I mean, we just check. We are rotating. You should also make sure to transform is divisible of 90 before applying 90 to it. That would be a good check to put in. That wouldn't fix our problem, but that would be a good check to have for sure. Drawing things out always helps me walk out. Oh, 100%. So there have been times when I could not. I have a notebook filled with drawings or writing stuff out to do like step-by-step process, and 100%. I'm not quite to that point yet, but we might be there soon. But yeah, I will rack my brain for hours and then draw it out and then problem solve. Definitely helps to map things out for sure. What in the world just happened? Game object has been destroyed? What in the world? That was weird. I'm on Unreal, so I'm not sure exactly how it's set up in Unity. Because the coroutine is like a timeline in Unreal's blueprints. Yeah, I mean, routine is the, I know nothing about Unreal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure coroutine is the way to go here. Or maybe it's not. No, it is, because I'm rotating it around an origin point which I create, so I have to do that in order. Yeah. Just join. What's the problem you're having? What's up, Matthias? Are you a Unity C# developer? If you are, I could use some help. Let me know, Matthias. Every time we click, we're setting the rotate amount to... Not a Unity dev, but I know C#. Okay, cool. So, here's what's going on. First, set this back. This is what we're trying to do. Each time we press this fancy rotate button, we want to rotate the block by 90 degrees. So far, it does that. Great. But it only works correctly if you wait for it to complete the rotation before clicking it again. So if you click it multiple times really fast, it's rotating 90 degrees based on its current rotation. So what I want to do is for the block to know what it's supposed to be rotating towards. And then if you stop it and start a new rotation coroutine, then it should rotate to the next available point. So let's say this block, if I press rotate once, it should rotate 90 degrees to there. I press rotate button twice, then it should rotate from here to there. Problem is if I press it so fast that it starts rotating to that first rotation point, but then I press it again, it will rotate 90 degrees from this point, which would be like right there. So what I want to do is somehow like store the rotation increment with each button click. So if I press it twice really quick, it should know this block really needs to rotate 180 degrees. To rotate from here to here. Problem is I click it and it's in the middle of its first rotation, then it knows, oh, 180 degrees, so it goes 180 degrees from here. So that is the problem that I'm trying to solve. You add 90 before you store it. Let's see. Yes. This is what happens when we first click that rotate button. It calls, no, not that. It calls this method, rotation, which then adds the rotate amount, adds 90 degrees or 90 float to the rotate amount, which starts off as 0. So it starts off as 0, you press the button, it adds 90, correct. And then it starts this coroutine, which is this right here. The rotation code is right down here. It's rotating the block around the axis by the rotation amount. That's why it works the first time. But then I don't know what's going on. You add 90 before you store it. Store it before adding 90 to it. So right here, figure out the rotation and then what I need to do is like the upcoming rotation needs to be a quaternion. Upcoming rotation equals the rotation that we know to rotate to plus the current rotation. Transform rotation, something like that. But you can't add quaternions. Maybe that will work. Don't think that's gonna work. Something crazy is gonna happen. I shall return. Goodbye for now. Okay, sounds good. You prevent the button click from doing anything until the rotation is actually finished. I did have that. That is what I think towards the beginning of the stream we implemented that method, and that makes it clean and makes it work. But I don't want that to be how it works, because this is going to be a timed PvP challenge, and you want to build and rotate as fast as you can, and you don't want the game to limit your rotation speed. So if you press if you know you want to rotate a block 3 times, you're going to press rotate 3 times really fast. Do. So it shouldn't force you to wait for a rotation to complete before you can start the next one. Like you can see it working. So if I press once, it goes 90 degrees. Boom. If I do twice, it's not going to be 180 degrees because I can't press twice that fast. But it's going to be like an almost 180 degrees. Because by the time I press it the second time, it's already rotated some. So it might be 180 plus a few degrees or 180 minus a few degrees. I'm not sure. Transform rotation is going to be changing all the time. Yes. But we want to rotate it. Each time we rotate, we want to rotate from the current rotation. And this is in a coroutine, so it's only going to run once. It's not in an update or anything. Do you have a variable set for each rotation in quaternions? No, I do not. I tried doing that, but it didn't lead me anywhere. So that's what this upcoming rotation started out as, was a quaternion. But let's do that. Where are we? Public float. No, sorry. Quaternion. Public quaternion equals upcoming rotation. So here we should be able to store upcoming rotation equals rotation. What? Cannot use because it is declared. Oh, let's see. Beep. Okay, so each time we set the rotation that we know we have to rotate to, we set upcoming rotation, our stored variable, to that. And then it's going to rotate using a tween towards rotation. But we want to rotate it towards upcoming rotation. But we need to do upcoming rotation equals the current rotation. Wait, will that do it? I don't think so. And at the end, we're setting, after it rotates, it's setting rotate amount to -90 or to -90 from whatever it's at. Same problem. CH Pookie says, what about starting their coroutine again when it reaches the 90 increment? And every button click just adds to an integer that defines how many times the coroutine has to play. Yes, or essentially setting up a queue of rotations. We could do that. The problem is that that is going to still be slower than I would like. Because what's going to happen is you press rotate 3 times really fast, and it's going to go 1, 2, 3. And what I want it to do is hit 3 times really fast, and it goes. So as it's working on one of its rotations, it knows, oh, we're actually going a lot further than just the next one, so we'll just go from there all the way around instead of just waiting. Doot, doot, doot. If you press twice, it does a coroutine twice, but starts second one only when the first one is finished. Yeah, I don't want it to wait for a coroutine to finish. If you start rotating it again, while it's already in the middle of your last rotation, it should just go ahead and jump. It should just go ahead and jump from its current rotation to the final rotation. You want to see Flickr? If you become a subscriber on TikTok, you can see you can use Flickr emotes. The more you click, the more the integer, the faster the animation goes. That could be the solution. And that might look better too, because it's currently a curve. Like I don't think it, like it's not a linear smooth rotation. It doesn't go like, it goes like, it's kind of like an ease out and an ease in on the rotation. So yeah, if you press it 3 times really fast, then it should just go. Oh my gosh, let's try that. That might actually be the solution, and that's so much simpler than what we're trying to do. CH Pookie. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Yeah, so just change the speed. Each time we click, just increase the speed. And the speed is right here. So it's still the queue method. Well, that's a queue method, and then so I need to do a queue. But then just increase the speed. You can see Flickr, Doom. Become a subscriber on Twitch, and you can use Flickr emotes. Or Twitch or YouTube. I have Flickr emotes across all 3 platforms. So I need to set up a queue. So get rid of that. Rotate amount is 90. This is rotation. And then rotate speed plus equals 1. Its current does not exist. Rotate speed does not exist. Oh, duh. Rotate speed. Let's get rid of this. Current rotate speed that I have in there is 0.2. Rotate speed, 0.2. Okay. And then rotate speed minus. Rotate speed plus. Just try that real quick. Live on Twitch? Yes, I'm live on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Okay. Or 2x4. Rotate speed starting off with 0.2. Boop. Oh, it needs to be slow. Wait. Oh, it needs to be opposite. So it needs to be just divide by 2. Rotate speed equals rotate speed divided by 2. Let's just do that. So it doubles the speed every time you click it. Yes. And then at the end, rotate speed equals rotate speed times 2. I should do it. That one country dude, what's up? Hi, it's Tim. Okay, awesome. Cool. Okay. 0.2. Boop. Yep, it's super fast now because it's doing it at 0.4. But I want the first rotation to be 0.2. And we still need to implement the queue system. So I also need to implement a queue system anyway, so that we can implement an undo redo system, which that is, oh my gosh, that is a nightmare to code. The app that I was working on for the undisclosed company for 2 years, a few of you may know about that. I developed an undo redo system, and it was, nothing has ever pushed me as much as that has. It was a bear to tackle, but I got it done. I got it accomplished. Unfortunately, I cannot use the code for that because they, for whatever reason, I can't use the code that I developed for them, even though the project got shut down, which is unfortunate. And I need to sit down. Sit down. So let's do this. Let's start it off at 0.1. then that will have the start rotation or start speed correct. Oh, whoops, wrong way. I keep doing it backwards. 4, there we go. There we go. First rotation is the right speed. And the more you click it, the faster it'll go, but I still need to implement the queue system. Okay. Let me chat GPT this real quick. It'll be faster if it's down. Oh, at capacity. Chat GPT is still down. Let me see sharp queue rotation. I've done queues so many times before, but again, the syntax is Quaternion Euler makes it easy to work with quaternions. Yes, but I'm pretty sure I still get problems with that because is quaternion.euler, is that the same as the Euler in the inspector? Because if you go off the Euler in the inspector, that's where you really start getting problems because it's not accurate. I'm just going to try to figure out the syntax myself because I can't find what I'm looking for. Queue, public queue of type coroutine rotation queue equals a new queue coroutine. Okay. So then every time we want to start it, we rotation queue add, no, not add, in queue. In queue. This. Is that right? Or do I just do call this? No, I think that's right. No, it's not. Really wish I had ChatGPT right now. I could get it done in like 10 seconds. That's the thing that's so great about ChatGPT is you can customize your query for exactly what you need and it'll give you an output based on all this other stuff that I'm searching on Google. Just so much harder to find specifics on Google. It's like giving these Google results, it's not giving me results on how to queue. It's doing the whole for int I equals 0, I less than equal to. It's giving me that code. That's not a queue system. I'll just show you guys so you can see it. Really need quaternions. If the blocks stay horizontal, flat on the ground, you might just need a simpler Euler. No, they don't. So rotations are going to be all over the place. It looks simple now, but see, like, okay, so this one right here, now it's rotating that way. And when you rotate, or let me do this. When you rotate this 90 degrees, it's going to be rotated around this axis. So boop, like that. And you might even have, at some point, a rotation like this, where this is perfect on the ground, but then you have this that is a rotation that's like that. And then this right here. And then this right here. Like, so like you could have all types of rotations. Or you should be able to. So can I use Flickr as my profile picture? I won't stop you, and I'm not going to pursue legal action for doing that. So yes, there will be no ramifications if you do use Flickr as your profile picture. I'll prefer you not to, but I mean, you do you. Thought you were only doing 90 degrees only. No, so for this button I am. So this button, which will eventually be two buttons, rotate right and rotate left, that will rotate everything in 90-degree increments. But then I'm also going to have some type of button that lets you fine tune your rotation. So like if you have this, oh, these are not sticking together very hard. That's on a single stud, so it can also rotate there up to points, up to a certain point. So I want to allow users to be able to rotate, fine tune rotation to like there. So like if they drag a slider in the UI, then it will rotate wherever they want it to be. So then if they click the 90-degree rotate, it'll rotate from that point, rotate 90 degrees from that point. Do. Well, if you can. Well, I guess you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, right now we're just handling the 90-degree increment rotation button, but there will be a fine-tune rotation as well. That's gonna be good. Thanks. I hope so. I'm Chris. What's up? What about rotating on first time chat on Twitch? Thanks for being here. What about rotating on a different axis? Like if you have one of those blocks with a little stud on the side, you can place a block sticking out sideways. Yes, we already have that working. I'll go ahead and show it to you. Oh, cool. So yeah, so like this guy right here, boop, boop, and then rotate. It's rotating on the correct axis. So we already have that working, which is great. Boop. That rotates on its correct axis. This rotates on its correct axis. This rotates on its correct axis. What we're trying to solve is just multiple rotations at once. So if you click it too fast, it eventually gets offset. So. I'm trying to start the queue system, so each time you click the rotate button, enqueues this coroutine. That should be right? No, it needs to enqueue reference. It needs to enqueue block rotating coroutine. That's what it needs to enqueue. Okay. So we click the button, it increases the speed. And then we enqueue a coroutine, but we don't start it yet. So that should enqueue a coroutine, but it shouldn't actually rotate it. So let's do that. It still rotates. Why is it doing that? Can I do that? No, you can't. Wait. No. Hey there, what are you coding right now? I am working. Oh, you can't see it on TikTok, the 3D portion. Whoopsie. And I can't see it. I need to on TikTok vertical stream, I need to set it up so that like 3D is in the middle and Q is down, or not Q, the code is down below. Do this. That's a little better. You don't really need to see my hand. I want you to see this camera right here. 2 coroutines, 1 needed to loop through Q and 2 to rotate. That could work. Let me fix this real quick. Just gonna hide that. There we go. And Q coroutine on Google. Try that. The problem is that this will not wait for one coroutine to finish before it starts the next. Because while coroutine count is greater than 0, so let's say coroutine count is 3. Start coroutine. Starting a coroutine of coroutine coroutine. Mini, what's up? Mini Chicharito 14. How's it going? Okay. Could just change it to while coroutine queue count is less than or equal to 1. I could do that. That could work. Let's see here. That seems overly complicated. ChatGPT is still down. Oops. I get that premise, Roam the Life. 2 coroutines. One needed to loop through Q and 2 to rotate. Yes. So in the update of each block, we're looking for that rotation. Go back to that first one. There we go. It's not in drag. Oh. Okay, so while Q count is greater than 0, you return start with coroutine. Wait, what is coroutine Q? This is confusing. I'm so confused by this. This setup, you can simply use coroutine Q and Q instead of start coroutine lerp function. If this works, that'd be great, but I will not understand how it works. Nothing's happening right now. Yeah, just in the while loop, check if it is rotation. If it's rotating, then just repeat the whole loop until it's done, then start the next. Use and to check if it's not rotating as well. Here's one of the perks should allow approved people to join your live coding. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Roam the Life? You're looking at my membership tiers on pixelfiregames.com. Well, the perk should allow approved people to join your live coding. Could you expand on that? I have to start this. Start. Live coding sessions to ask questions. A lot of people want to learn coding. Oh, so you mean for like people to ask me questions about coding? Like if they need help with their own coding? So like I would give you coding help? Yeah, this is not what I want. I've done this before and it was so much less complicated. Yeah, pretty much maybe have an expert on there with you to bounce ideas. I don't know. That would be very difficult, I feel like. I don't think I could give... Because what if there's like 5 members and they're all asking me for coding advice or coding tips live on stream? I don't think I could do that. I don't think I have the mental capacity to do that. Now, I could do like private sessions, like that could work. Yeah, it would get confusing. Well, guys, it is 12:50 p.m. for me. I need to go eat lunch, and then I need to start working on some client work. So that's gonna be it for stream for today. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thank you for all of the tips and the help and the coding alongside me and offering suggestions. It's really helpful, and it's great having you guys on here with me. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here, Marco. It means a lot. See you guys soon. If you haven't already, be sure to join the Discord, and I'll see you guys next time. Possibly stream tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully I can figure this stuff off stream tonight, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, until next time, hope you guys have a great Tuesday. And yeah, bye guys.